As one of America's most popular national parks, the Grand Canyon never ceases to amaze visitors with its immense scale and breathtaking natural beauty. This is a must-see destination for any adventurer, and if you've never been there before, this video can help you plan the perfect trip. These are our 10 best tips for exploring the Grand Canyon National Park. And if you like this video, make sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel for more travel videos like this. For my trip to the Grand Canyon, I traveled with two friends. The three of us were on a budget and we split all of our costs to keep them as low as possible. If you're planning a trip to the Grand Canyon, GAFFL can help you find travel companions from over 190 countries to share costs and experiences with. Just click the link in the description below to start connecting with travelers from over 190 countries worldwide. So how do you get to the Grand Canyon? Well, because of how close it is to Grand Canyon National Park and so many other national parks, Las Vegas is the best starting off point for a trip there. Grand Canyon National Park is approximately 4 hours and 15 minutes away from Las Vegas, and other popular parks like Zion National Park is approximately 2 hours and 40 minutes away, and Death Valley is approximately 2 hours and 20 minutes away. During my recent trip to Vegas, we rented a car and looped Zion National Park, Moab, and the Grand Canyon in 6 nights before returning back to Vegas. It was an amazing road trip that I'd highly recommend to anyone who has the time. So what's the best way to get around the Grand Canyon, and where do you park? When we visited the Grand Canyon National Park in February, everything was easily accessible in our car. There was tons of parking everywhere we went. Popular places like Bright Angel Lodge, Yavapai Lodge, and the Visitor Center all had a lot of parking spots available for us, so it was easy to drive around and park wherever we wanted. If you're visiting Grand Canyon National Park in the winter, I strongly advise you to bring your car. If you visit any other time of the year, you may have difficulty finding parking. During peak season, the majority of the visitors use the park shuttle service to get around. The shuttle service operates throughout the day and will take you anywhere in the park, and that includes all the popular trailheads. So what are some of the most popular hikes in the Grand Canyon? Well, Grand Canyon National Park has 3 popular hiking trails. The Rim Trail is the shortest and most straightforward, making it the perfect one for first-time hikers. It's about 15 miles total of mostly paved trail that connects the South Rim's most popular sites. The other 2 trails are Bright Angel Trail and South Kaibab Trail, which both lead you into the canyon. Bright Angel Trail is the most popular day hike in the South Rim because of how close it is to the Visitor Center and Bright Angel Lodge. Bright Angel Trail is less steep than South Kaibab, but it's also 2 miles longer. The trail descends 4,460 feet to the Colorado River along a 7.8-mile trail. The South Kaibab Trail is steeper, shorter, and more direct than the Bright Angel Trail. This trail descends to the Colorado River after 3 rest stops on the way to the canyon floor. The elevation change from the rim to the river is about 4,860 feet over a 6.3-mile trail. So what are the best hikes to do for your skill level? Well, for beginners, the aforementioned Rim Trail is perfect. If you want to hike down to the South Kaibab Trail to Uha Point, it's a 2-mile round trip that can take anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. This is a more moderate hike. Another moderate hike you can do is hike to the 1.5-mile rest house on Bright Angel Trail. This will take you around 2 to 4 hours to get down and back up. Intermediate hikers can try South Kaibab Trail's 3-mile round trip hike to Cedar Ridge, which can take anywhere between 2 to 4 hours, or Bright Angel's 6-mile round trip to the 3-mile rest house, which can take anywhere between 3 to 6 hours. For advanced hikers, day hiking South Kaibab Trail to Skeleton Point is about a 6-mile round trip that can take anywhere from 4 to 6 hours, or on Bright Angel Trail, hiking to Indian Garden is a 9-mile round trip which can take you from 6 to 9 hours. So which trail is easier, the South Kaibab or Bright Angel? Both trails are well maintained but are very strenuous and require hiking numerous switchbacks. Like we mentioned previously, the Bright Angel Trail is about 2 miles longer, but it has water, some shade, and Indian Garden, which is a great place to stop for a rest. If you want to hike down to the Colorado River at the bottom of the canyon, it's best to do it as an overnight hike. There are actually many signs all around the park recommending as much. Many people, however, still do this as a day hike, and it can take up to 14 hours or longer. Day hikes to the canyon floor and back are only for experienced hikers with a high level of fitness. Because of the lack of water and the steepness of South Kaibab Trail, rangers recommend hiking down this trail only and returning via the Bright Angel Trail, which also has water. When I visited the park in mid-February, I did both South Kaibab Trail and Bright Angel Trail. On the first day, we hiked South Kaibab and did a little bit past Uwa Point. Today we're planning on just going to Uwa Point, which is 0.9 miles down. Apparently there's great views there, and then we're probably going to head back up. So we're going a little bit further down than Uwa Point. I think we're going to the 1.5 mile mark, and then we're probably going to head up, hopefully. It's important to take breaks. When you have to take a break, don't push yourself. We did it. We made it to the top. Oh man. The next day, we had planned to do Bright Angel all the way down to Indian Garden, but our plans changed. It's super slippery, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. The sun's beaming. It's getting a little warmer now. The trail's not icy anymore, so I see a little bit of ice up there, but for the most part, ice, snow, gone. It's just dirt now and mule poop. Good old mule poop. So there's clearly still a lot of ice on the trail and snow. I spoke too soon. I'd rather have mule poop, to be honest, than snow and ice.
With the whole trail being like snowpack.
Yeah, it's gonna take us long to get down, even longer to get up.
Yeah, like the whole trail is like snowpack. So like,
Yeah.
we're not gonna we're not gonna go as much as we want to. So
Yeah, we don't have the proper equipment. We don't have crampons. If we did, maybe we could go down a little faster.
hiking into the canyon is voluntary, but getting out is like mandatory. I stole it.
But yeah, so we're headed back up. Hey, I think we're making the smart decision. It's not worth pushing yourself for no reason. As you can see, both days were very different in terms of the weather, and I felt kind of unprepared both days. Now that takes me to what you should wear when you visit the Grand Canyon. First and foremost, wear proper footwear. If you're hiking into the canyon, you'll need proper footwear. Wear some hiking boots that are durable, and your feet will thank you for them later. Layer your clothing. I wore a heavy winter coat, but if I were to do this trip again, I would probably leave it at home. Instead, I would layer my clothing, and as the day warmed up, I would simply remove the layers and stuff them into a backpack. On this trip, my jacket became quite heavy to carry around while we were hiking down South Kaibab, and I had to take my jacket off and stuff it into a backpack due to the heat, and it made the backpack pretty heavy. If you're visiting in the winter, like we did, it's very possible that the trail can get icy. If that's the case, you may need to grab a pair of spikes. While it may not be too much trouble hiking down an icy trail, hiking up will be difficult. What are the best viewpoints in the Grand Canyon to watch the sunrise? If you're staying overnight in the Grand Canyon, I would highly recommend getting up early one morning to see the sunrise. It's like 7 a.m. We're going to see the sunrise.
No, bro, wait, I'm getting it.
That was very cool. Very, very cool. Definitely recommend that for everybody. Sunrises at the Grand Canyon are stunning. Mather Point is one of the best places to watch the sunrise, but it's also a popular spot. If you want a more secluded view, Yavapai Point and the Desert View Watchtower are great places to watch the sunrise. So how about sunsets? Sunsets in the Grand Canyon are also breathtaking. Hermit Road has some of the best sunset views on the South Rim. Hermit Road is accessible by shuttle for the majority of the year, but from December to March, the shuttle doesn't run. And instead, you can drive the Hermit Road and park right next to a vantage point. For sunsets, we would recommend Mojave Point or Hoppy Point. They're both unquestionably the best places to watch the sunset in Grand Canyon National Park. So where should you stay when you visit the Grand Canyon? Well, lodging in the Grand Canyon is plentiful, but it tends to fill up quickly, especially during peak season from spring to autumn. If you want to save the most money, then camping is your best bet. You can also stay in one of the several hotels in nearby Tusayan, which is just an 11-mile drive down the road. During the time of our stay, the hotels were priced similarly to the lodges within the canyon, so we figured we'd just stay within the park. During our 3 nights, we stayed at the Yavapai Lodge because it was the most affordable option at that time. The Altover Hotel, the Bright Angel Lodge, and Maswick Lodge are also excellent places to stay when you're visiting the Grand Canyon National Park. Our stay came up to $122 per night, and we stayed a total of 3 nights. I should mention here that we also received some additional hotel discounts because of our GAFFL Unlimited membership. As a GAFFL Unlimited member, you can save up to 60% on select hotels all around the world. These rates are private for GAFFL Unlimited members only and not available to the general public. Just click the link in the description below to learn more about a GAFFL Unlimited membership. There are several places to get food scattered all over the park. During our stay, we ate mostly at the Yavapai Lodge and Bright Angel Lodge. Most of our dinners were at Yavapai Lodge, which has a decent selection of food. It's also a great place to hang out to meet people, especially outside by the fire pit. We had breakfast at Yavapai Lodge one morning and also ate at Maswick Lodge. There's also a humongous general store which is well stocked in case you want to make something by yourself. So when's the best time to visit the Grand Canyon? In my personal opinion, winter is the best time to visit Grand Canyon National Park. While it does get cold in the winter, and while we were there in late February, it was below freezing at points and it did snow one night, but even still, I'd recommend visiting in the winter because during the day it warms up quite a bit and it's comfortable hiking weather if you layer appropriately. Also, lodging is much cheaper during the winter months, and crowds are far fewer. Also, like we mentioned previously, Hermit Road is open to private vehicles in the winter, so you can literally drive around the whole park and park anywhere you want. Because of all these factors, I think visiting the Grand Canyon National Park in the winter is the best time. Now that concludes our list of the 10 best tips for exploring Grand Canyon National Park. And remember, if you need to find a travel buddy for your next trip, be sure to check out GAFFL.